Good morning, class. Today we'll study the advantages of synthetic fibers. Now, synthetic fibers, they are more durable and they are less expensive. They are water resistant and you do not have to maintain them so much. They are also strong, elastic and moth proof. In the previous class, I have told you what a moth. So, they are strong, elastic and moth proof. Now, what are the disadvantages of synthetic fibers? Two disadvantages are given over here. They are inflammable, means they catch fire easily and they melt on heating. So that is why it is advised not to wear synthetic clothes when you are in the kitchen or when you are bursting the crackers. So they are unsafe to wear near fire. They do not absorb moisture, so they are unsuitable to be worn in summers. Generally in summer, we prefer to wear natural fibers, that is best one is your cotton. Now next topic is your plastic. Now all of you know that plastics, they have completely revolutionized our world. So the word plastic, it is derived from Greek word plastikos, which means that you can shape them or mold them. Now they have been divided into two broad categories. First one is your thermoplastic, second is thermosetting plastics. So what are thermoplastics? Now thermoplastics, you can see one table is given here. Now thermoplastics are those plastics, you can change them into different shapes. They can be remolded once they have been used. Means if you have used them once, you can again melt them and remold into different shapes. They can be recycled and reused. And example is your polythene. Polythene is the best example of thermoplastic. Next is your thermosetting plastic. Thermosetting, it cannot be remolded by the process of heating and cooling. So you can see differences are given here in the form of table. So first difference is thermoplastics, they can be heated and remolded. Just now we have read. But thermosetting plastic, they cannot be remolded. Now in the previous class we have read that polymers, they are arranged in two categories, that is they are arranged in a linear chain and crisscross chain. So monomers in the thermoplastics, they are arranged in a linear chain. So that is why they are soft and flexible. But the monomers in the case of thermosetting plastics, they are arranged in crisscross chain. So they are hard and strong. Common examples of thermoplastics are PVC and polythene. So there are a number of use of PVC and polythene. And common example of thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. So they are used to make electrical switches and utensils. So properties of plastics we are going to study. Now plastics, they are bad conductors of heat. They have poor thermal conductivity. Now what is the meaning of thermal conductivity? So thermal conductors are those substances which do not allow, they allow heat to pass through them, and poor thermal conductors means which do not allow heat to pass through them. So that is why they are used as insulating materials in the case of cooking vessels. You must have seen the handles of frying pan or the pressure cookers and all. They are made up of these type of insulating materials. They are poor electrical conductors. So that is why plastics, they are used in insulating. Now plastics, they are inflammable. Inflammable means they catch fire. They are highly durable. They do not react with water or moisture. So plastic, they are used for making a number of products out of them. For example, containers, beauty products, buckets, even the bristles of the toothbrush and all, or the toothbrush which we use early in the morning, all these are made up of plastics. So one table is given here. You can see in the table, first one is your polythene. It is a thermoplastic. So polythene, it is used for packing a number of food items, shopping bags and all. But though government has banned plastics in Bihar also. Now PET, thermosetting plastic, generally in bottles. Then for utensils of microwaves, because they can tolerate heat. Then bottles of beverages. What are beverages? Soft drinks bottles. Then PVC, thermoplastic. So PVC used in the case of pipes, for making pipes. Then for a number of other products like water bottles, window and door frames, even the credit cards which we use. So these are all made up of PVC. But their quality differs. Some are thin ones, some are hard, thicker ones. Next is your bakelite for electrical switches and plugs, especially for in the case of AC and all, we use bakelite. Teflon, non-stick kitchenware, it is used. Then polystyrene for food containers, trays, packaging material which is used in the restaurants and all. For that, this polystyrene is used. Now last topic is your plastics and our environment. Now though plastics, they are very useful, but the biggest disadvantage is that they are non-biodegradable. I hope all of you know what is non-biodegradable. In lower classes also we have read two terms: biodegradable products and non-biodegradable products. So biodegradable products are those which can be decomposed easily in the soil by different agents. Non-biodegradable substances are those which cannot be decomposed. Plastics comes in that. Now a number of problems we are having in the environment due to this plastic. Just now we had waterlogging problem, flood and all in Patna. So plastic was also responsible for that to some extent, we can say. So we have to dispose the plastic products and the materials which we are using in a proper manner. Now, what are the different disadvantages of plastics? Improper disposal of plastics. It has become a major concern because people use plastic. For example, if they are buying a Bisleri bottle of water from the shops and all, they will drink water and throw the bottles here and there. If they are using polythene, they will just throw polythene here and there. So they scatter in the garbage bins and all, and they choke drains and cause soil pollution. Now when different animals, for example cow and all, they feed on food waste, or you must have seen the cows, they search for food also in the dustbins and all. So some of them, they eat it, that is they eat the plastics, and it leads to choking and their death. So you have to be very careful. Now, so what we can do, because we have to protect our environment, because we have exploited the nature to the maximum, and that is the return which we are getting is very bad. So what steps we can take? First one is we have to follow 4R principle. Now what is the 4R principle? The 4R stands for reduce, means we have to reduce the use of plastic. Second is reuse. For example, if you are using plastic, we should try to use it again. We should try to recycle it so that it can be recovered. For example, the bottles of distilled water which we use, big bottles comes there. So we can, after the distilled water has been used, we can use that can to make something. You can make a pen holder or containers out of those plastics, so you can recycle and recover them. So, but first is that we should try to avoid the use of plastic bags. Instead of that, we can use jute bags and cotton bags, or the jholas, the different jholas, which can be made from old clothes and all at our homes. Even the government of Bihar has also banned the use of plastic. So many shopkeepers and all, they don't give you plastics. We have to carry our own bags. So that is the best method to minimize the use of plastic. Second is that we should not throw plastics anywhere. We have to be very careful in disposing them. So if you try to minimize the use of plastic, for example, the different lunch boxes which you will carry, instead of a plastic lunch box, we can carry a steel lunch box likewise. Or the bottles which we use, instead of the simple Bisleri bottle or the cold drink bottles and all, we can use a steel bottle, or bottles which are made up of different sort of plastics which are environment friendly. So these are the steps we can take to protect our environment, because it's our responsibility to protect the environment. So thank you, children. So in the next class, we'll do the notes of synthetic fibers, go through the chapter. If there's any problem or any queries regarding the chapter, we'll discuss in the next class and we'll do the notes. Now your homework is to do the objectives. At least try to do the objectives. That is A. MCQ, B. fill in the blanks, C. true and false, and D is your one word sentence. Try to do the objectives. Then we'll discuss the answers tomorrow and the rest of the notes we'll do tomorrow. Thank you.